He is now live in Cleveland for us. And Patrick, for a lot of people outside of Indiana, this is their first introduction to Pence.
Yeah, Rick, a couple people here knew that he served in Congress before he was governor of Indiana. A lot more, though, knew that he has very strong ties and is very popular with social conservatives and Christian conservatives in particular. But the consensus seems to be that he's actually a pretty conventional pick for vice president. And seeing as how the Republican nominee is a very unconventional candidate, a lot of people here are hoping that Pence will balance the ticket out, not only politically, but in tone and in temperament.
But he's also a very decent and good man. Strong faith, the kind of values and principles that I think our country will recognize and support. I think we now have a strong ticket to take into November.
I think he has a good history. I have a little concern about him, but I think everything will be fine.
What are some of those concerns?
Seems to me he's a little apologetic.
Donald Trump, of course, is a different kind of nominee, a different kind of candidate. And I think of Mike Pence as being kind of the rudder, the stabilizer. That's the kind of view I had of this.
Now, one of the things to keep an eye on moving forward is that there's going to be a lot more national attention paid to Pence, his record, and his past. The New York Times just a couple of hours ago published a story about his record on education and some of the battles he's had with State Superintendent Glenda Ritz. But it's not just going to be recent controversies such as RFRA. One of the stories that's been gaining a lot of traction online is about an op-ed that Mike Pence wrote in 1998 criticizing the Disney movie Mulan, saying that it shows why women shouldn't be allowed to serve in the military. Serve in the military.
Well, Patrick, we've seen some protesters there tonight as well. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Rick, there were a couple of more. There were two grown men in sequin gowns who sort of walked up. Police got to them very quickly before they could do any sort of thing. They're escorted off the floor. Then there was another up in the rafters up there. There was a woman who appeared to be trying to unfold some sort of pink banner. People got around her and actually covered her with American flags as police escorted her. But the most recent one was actually as a imam from Muslims for Trump was giving the closing prayer. Somebody in the crowd actually started shouting. It was difficult to tell what exactly he was shouting, but it did get the attention of police. It was also difficult to tell from our perspective whether or not he was put under arrest, whether he was escorted off the floor, or what exactly happened there. But there were some more protests. They were handled very quickly. No sort of troubled incidents that we've seen at some of the campaign rallies that Trump has had during the primary season.
All right, Dave.